fucking miss this intro, bro. Oh, shit.
I'm back. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Episode 58. After a small layoff, Paul's here along with Nick Theories, Mikey P, and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in tonight. If you're tuned into our live stream, please share it so we can get more people in here. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and do so. We want to drive those numbers up. And that's really it. Mikey P, what's up, baby?
We're not gonna.
Man, I miss you guys. What's up, everybody? How's it going?
What's up?
Let's hear from the audience right away, guys. What did you do during your layoff? What'd you do?
A lot of shit. Studying for my exam that I'm taking.
You gonna pass that? No cap.
Yeah. House duties. You know, shit like that. Work. Been busy getting back into sports car grind as well.
We're gonna have content
Let's
on that.
go.
Yeah, ASAP.
Content's
ASAP.
coming.
Content galore on that. So I'm getting back into the game a little bit. Start selling. Start monitoring the market.
I can't wait till we do box wars and then we'll cross swords.
Nah,
you know, stuff like that.
You wildin', bro. I did notice though. You look a little extra tan.
Yeah, I'm fresh up out the sand, February tan. I decided to get a goatee and go to Jamaica.
Yeah, that's crazy
what I
to me.
decided to
I
do.
mean, like, yo, I fuck with that energy.
I got my sandal shirt. What else? I watched my son look my wife dead in her eyes and shit on my kitchen floor. It was regular. It was regular. I enjoyed it.
I love that kid.
Yeah, he's the best.
He shit on the floor.
Bro.
Yeah, it's his world.
Bro, you really got a goatee and just said, fuck it, I'm going to Jamaica.
I decided to move different.
Like, I like that energy. That energy is going to be reciprocated.
Oh,
I can guarantee
I hope
that.
so.
Oh,
I hope
absolutely.
so. I can feel it, actually.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Yeah, I love it, yo. I love your energy. Mikey P, man, what's up with you, dude? What's up, bro?
Well, I don't have shit on my floor. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good.
But I was just plowed by work, so I'm happy to be back.
Damn.
You know, major pulse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you say that you were plowed?
I was plowed by
Doggy,
work.
missionary?
While we were going.
Is it
Reverse cowboy?
Oh, hey, I love it, man. I fucking miss you guys, man. I'm ready to get this shit rocking. It's been a long ass layoff, man. I really
don't forget
appreciate
Philly
you guys
Phil.
more than ever.
I don't want to. I don't got anything to report here. I'll
You've
be
been traveling for work.
I am traveling for work. I gotta be up at 4:45 tomorrow morning. So
That's how that.
get this shit on the road.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, man. It's been a long ass layoff, man. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, man.
We back.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta take a step back, and just really kind of appreciate.
You got to show
certain
gratitude,
things.
like
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, like
did
that's
it-
kind of what I'm doing.
We did a 12-day cleanse.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
It's healthy. It's healthy for the mind, the body, the spirit, everything, man. Like
Yeah.
everything about it is just great. And I'm ready to go, man. Let's get this shit
Let's
fucking
rock.
cracking. No cap.
Well, shit, let me do my thing then. Let's do this. All right? Tonight, episode 58 of P&I is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New users who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, you know this already. Check us out on the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to subscribe to our show there. Keep up with all of our show news, where you would have seen we were off of this show for a week and change. Okay? So you need to stay up to date with us. All right? And tonight, we promised you our Super Bowl reactions. You're going to get them. Okay? And then we have some early NFL offseason headlines to talk about. And then, as promised, Thursday, our next show, Thursday, 8 p.m., you will be hearing all sports. Okay, we're getting back. It was a long football season. Love it. Already miss it. So we get one more all football show for the foreseeable future. That's tonight. All right? You guys ready?
You know it.
I'm fucking born ready, bro. I'm ready.
Philly Phil, hit that shit. Let's go.
Pause.
Already.
Damn, I'm gonna miss this song, guys. I'm really gonna miss this song.
I know it sucks. I can't believe it though. Me and Mike were just bullshitting that we started, excuse me, doing 2 episodes in August, like when fantasy season started. It's hard to believe that it's February and it's like, it's already all that football talk's gone.
Bro, you got the February tan and you're fresh up out of the sand.
I'm the boy, but I'm still the man.
I love it. I love it, dude. I can't get over that you had a goatee and went to Jamaica. That's fucking legendary, man.
I don't give a fuck.
It's just fucking good energy, and I'm ready to provide it, dude. I told you it's going to be reciprocated. Like, so, what's your thoughts on the Super Bowl overall? Like, let's talk about it.
Let's
man.
talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I thought it was a great Super Bowl, to be honest. I loved it.
Really?
I thought that both teams played hard. I mean, Joe Burrow got knocked on his ass all day. Matt Stafford, coming from behind, pause. He was, he came back like he did all playoffs and showed a lot of resilience. For me, with the Rams, I was just impressed. I mean, Odell Beckham goes down, and it's like the life gets sucked out of the Rams in terms of like the momentum shift and feeling it. It's like dampering. It's like fuck. Then Stafford hung in there. The defense played great. A little weird though. Jalen Ramsey kind of got eaten up a little bit these playoffs.
He did.
Quietly.
Yeah.
But he did get he was kind of getting eaten up. And I know like the T. Higgins one was a little bit of pass interference, but nonetheless he got beat. Mike Evans beat him. So that was my thought on him. But I mean, if you were to say that Jalen Ramsey was going to get eaten up a little bit, I think he gave up like 160 passing yards.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
So it's like you see that. If somebody would have said that, I probably would have said even more that I thought the Bengals would have taken it. But their defensive line at the end of the game just took over totally. They were getting to Joe Burrow in a second. And I was really happy for Matt Stafford. I am really happy for Matt Stafford. Shout out to LJ, Blackwood boy, winning the Super Bowl. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. I was really impressed by the Rams' performance overall. And I thought it was a great Super Bowl. The Bengals belonged. And, they were a couple plays short, but I mean, like, that's just where I am with it. So
Totally agree. For me, I thought the game was it was a good game. It was just kind of boring. Like, I didn't see like many big plays happening outside of Jamar Chase's, I think in the first or second quarter or something like that. But other than that, it was it was a weird game. Like, for me, it was just like, there was no big explosive plays at all, pretty much. So for me, it was just kind of overall boring. Like, I thought the game went quick. I feel like the clock was moving extremely fast. I don't know what it was.
There wasn't a lot of penalties, but it's weird. Like, I feel like the penalties that were called were dumb.
Well, in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, I totally agree with that. I thought they were tick-tacky. I thought, they could have been, no calls there. And I think the Bengals got hosed a little bit. I do. I didn't see much on the linebacker guarding Cooper Kupp, which is a mismatch. But I guess, when there's any sort of bullshit, weird kind of collision, or if it's a bang-bang play, the ref is probably thinking, well, that linebacker can't keep up with Cooper Kupp, so I'm just going to throw the flag because I think he interfered. Maybe that could have been, that could have played a factor into the decision of throwing the flag. I don't know. But
you should be allowed to challenge that.
Yeah.
You should be because even that goes with the T. Higgins touchdowns too. Like, the Rams should have been able to challenge offensive pass interference there.
Yes,
the same way.
Okay, why not be able to challenge all penalties? Honestly,
yeah, you should be able to challenge it because it happened to the Saints and the Rams a few years ago. The T. Higgins one, the Cooper Kupp one, like, not for nothing, but that wasn't pass interference on Cooper Kupp,
right? At
all.
Yeah, and I think to me, the game was much closer than it was. Like, I think based on my perspective of the game, the Bengals, they held their own against the run. I don't know why Sean McVay was running into a brick wall.
40 yards.
Like, it was like almost like it was pretty. It was just so easy to just like to determine, like, okay, first down, the Rams are going to run and they're going to get no yards or 1 yard, and then they're going to be behind the sticks. It's 2nd and 9, which that's where the Bengals wanted to be, especially with Odell Beckham out, like for the 3 quarters or so, or a half, or a majority of the game. That is, they played their game plan perfect. It's just like their offensive line just could not hold.
Ran out of juice.
Yeah, like the Rams defense was just too much for Burrow, for their offensive line, which everybody saw that coming. I mean, their line stunk all year. He's been getting crushed all year.
How many sacks did they finish with?
7.
Okay.
I think it was 7. Yeah, it was 7.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so like 7 sacks, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, and I heard like, okay, he got sacked like 9 times against Tennessee, blah, 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 and still won. But yeah, but they're not playing a better offense than the Rams. Like the Rams are better than the Titans. And that, to me, that was the game. Like they controlled the line of scrimmage. The Bengals did the same as far as the run, like I alluded to. Stafford played well. Burrow played decent. Like, it's just, for me, I thought it was an overall boring Super Bowl, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just spoiled from, all of the rest of the playoff games this year. They were just fantastic. Like all the championship games, divisional rounds, they were all crazy games. So, the Super Bowl for me took a step back, but what do you?
You know what, Nick? I actually won't disagree with you there. I felt like the word is, it was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It was like, I enjoyed the game. Like, it was a good game, but when you compare it to all the other playoff moments that we've seen this year, and the season in general, it was a season of chaos. This was anticlimactic. And actually, if you would have asked me, I mean, with the way the game turned out and whatever, I thought this game was for sure ending on the final play of the game, or it was going to overtime. And I'm actually going to throw something at you guys in a second. But I think overall, the quality from both sides, it was average. Neither of these teams played a particularly great game. I think the coaching was subpar. And one other observation, by the way, this is probably the last time we heard Collinsworth and Al Michaels together.
Damn.
So that's something else too.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
I'm gonna miss that ultimate slide though in the beginning, where he slides.
They made him slide twice.
I love it, dude. He's fucking sliding.
You knew that's why he did the double slide right there, because it was over. Al Michaels is probably going somewhere else. I hope it's Monday Night Football. They need some saving.
Yes,
but overall, the game was all right. I'm happy for Matthew Stafford. I'm happy for Aaron Donald. I'm happy for Von Miller again, because he's a respectable guy. I love Cooper Kupp, so I'm happy for him. But overall, so here's where I'm going to throw, the other angle to you guys, because I've had a week to sit on this.
Pause. That was dead on. Yo.
I can't get by the fact that, the penalties were kind of ridiculous. They changed the game on both ends, so it kind of like leveled out, thankfully. But
agreed.
The part where I can't, I just keep coming back to this. I think the Bengals should have won this game. And here's why, okay? Let me pose this to you. How the fuck is Joe Mixon not in there on 3rd and 4th down short yardage? Did anybody notice this? Why is it not getting talked about?
Me and Nick and Tom were watching the game, and were watching the game, and we all said that at
and
the
Phil.
same. And Phil, I forgot Phil was there. My bad.
My bad. I need to get back from Jamaica and different energy.
He was getting food. He was getting food in the kitchen when this happened.
Why isn't it getting talked about at all?
Yeah, the third stringer.
I love you.
I'm just baffled, how Samaje Perine at multiple points in this game could be there on crucial downs. And by the way, watch that replay again of the final play of the game where it looked like Joe Burrow was going to get murdered. Somehow, some way, that guy got rid of the football despite Aaron Donald crucifying him. And that ball was catchable.
I know. It almost was a completion.
Samaje Perine didn't even make an effort. They drove all the way past midfield effortlessly, and I'm thinking, they're going to score. They're going to score on this drive. That's all I'm thinking. It erases everything else that happened before. They're going to do it again. And that's what you give me? You give me Samaje Perine on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1?
That's great.
Joe Mixon's getting that first down on 3rd and 1.
It's a great point.
He's getting it.
Yeah,
he's getting that first down. I guarantee it. He's getting that first down.
I'm with you, bro. And you know what else? What I thought too is, remember when Joe Burrow got hit in his knee and it twisted a little bit? I think maybe that was also that was the Rams' advantage right there on the third and fourth down short yardage, because usually you could do a quarterback sneak, but I don't think he was capable of doing that.
He was hurt for sure. Yeah, he got hurt.
How the hell did he escape that and get the throw off is beyond me. That's not getting talked about enough, because Aaron Donald had him dead to rights, and somehow he got a catchable throw off there. So I'm not just saying this because I picked the Bengals to win. My analysis, I told you guys, the Rams have every advantage possible. And it came down to that at the end, too. It seemed like the Rams took over the game. So it's unsurprising. And by the way, this is no shade towards the Rams at all. They had a phenomenal drive there at the end. It is one of the better drives that you'll ever see.
Agreed.
Despite the penalty there, it was a really impressive drive. Mm-hmm. And it helped Matthew Stafford redeem himself when he also, I mean, the narrative shifted immediately after that drive, because the 2 interceptions,
they were ugly.
You know, he almost threw the game away.
Well, the first one, the first one didn't bother me. The second one, when he threw the second interception, I'm like, oh man, it's over. I genuinely thought it was over, because like at that point, like everything was just going the Bengals' way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I give Matthew Stafford so much credit, because like those are things that he comes back from. Like for me, it's just if you're going to hold it against them, and that's what the reason they lost the game, he did still win the game. He led that drive. Now, I know it went to Cooper Kupp. I know Cooper Kupp was the MVP, but you could have made a strong case that Matthew Stafford should have been the MVP too.
Nah, that's cap.
No, it isn't. No way.
That's cap.
He led that drive.
I would have said Kupp or Donald.
I would have said Donald. Or
Kupp. I mean,
I'm not mad about
Donald
Cooper
at the end changed the entire
I'm not mad about it either. I'm just saying, like, Matthew Stafford played a hell of a game. He played well. Yeah. Like the second interception was tipped. It was a bad throw, but the wide receiver still got his hands on it.
I mean, you could also make a case for him too with Odell going down. Like, you could definitely make a case, but like I'm not mad about the MVP.
No, I'm not at all.
I think when it came down to it at the end of the game, like I didn't think, okay, Matthew Stafford's going to be the MVP. Like as soon as Cooper Kupp caught that second touchdown and that game-winning touchdown, that's when I was like, Cooper Kupp's going to win it. Like I knew right there he was going to win it. Yeah. Unless Aaron Donald made a crazy defensive play in the last drive, you know. But I mean, he did. He made his plays in the end. But like, stats matter. You know what I mean? Like if he had like 4 sacks in the game, he might have gotten it. But
if that last play of the game was a strip sack or just a sack, he might have won.
Exactly.
It was that close.
Yeah.
Here's the only reason I disagree on that. The last drive of the game, Cooper Kupp took over. Yeah. Every single ball went to him.
It was insane, bro.
And we were joking right before that, because you're saying, like, why doesn't Cooper Kupp have 1 target or 1 catch?
Well, no, he didn't have any catches
in the second half, right?
Into the fourth quarter. Yeah. And it was just like, okay, they're doing a really good job of him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
they weren't throwing it to him either, though.
Right, exactly. But I think because Bengals are playing a really good defense, they figured, okay, we could bracket Cooper Kupp, we'll double him. He ain't doing shit against us.
Yeah.
Odell's out. We'll take our chances with Van Jefferson, and who else is left?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think that played a factor. But then I think, we got to give credit to McVay. Like, he found ways to get him open.
Coaching.
That's coaching. He made adjustments. Okay, you're gonna double him. Okay, let's put him in motion and let's get him in the slot and let him do damage. And that's exactly what he did. Perfect.
And he redeemed himself too, because up to that point, I thought he had a bad game.
Me too. He was getting out-coached.
I honestly thought he had a bad playoffs up to that point.
Who?
Really? I thought McVay had bad playoffs all the way up until that last drive.
I don't know. I think he coached really well against the Bucs. Like, I thought that was a really good game plan, and even against Arizona. Like, I thought like he I
dismiss Arizona. We're gonna be talking about that in a little bit, but there's some poop.
They almost blew that Bucs game. So, and that definitely fell on coaching. A big part of that second half was coaching. So, I mean, I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm happy for him too.
Yeah,
I like
me too. I mean,
I like him. He's a likable guy, you know.
Yeah, congrats to the Rams, man. I mean, look, I told you guys, they reminded me of last year's Bucs. They finally got over the hump of beating. They beat Brady, they beat the man, and then they finally got over the hump of beating the Niners. And then that right there, that was when I was like, okay, once they beat Brady, I was like, they're gonna win the Super Bowl, because to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and they beat the man in his own house. Then they played the Niners next week, and I was like, I knew they were gonna win that game. Like, it just felt right. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like, okay, you knock out Brady, you're pretty much going to the Super Bowl. Like, he's almost a lock to go to the bowl. Like, it's crazy to say that, but if you look at his resume, he'll speak for itself. Yeah.
And they deserve credit. They deserve a ton of credit,
bro, out of like 20 tries. That's 50% of his playoff appearances. What do you mean he's choking over there? He's 50%. That's fucking, to me, that's fucking almost a mortar lock. So you could choke over there all you want. You might be choking on some cock over there. I don't know what's going on, but it ain't Brady choking, bro. Yeah, I told you I'm bringing energy, bro. Energy is going to be reciprocated on this fucking podcast moving forward. My man got a goatee and went to Jamaica. I'm inspired. I'm fucking motivated. I'm focused. I'm here, man. I told you guys I'm fucking here. Nick Theories is here. Mr. Theories is here.
You did a 12-day cleanse.
Oh, shit, yo. I love you.
Yeah, but credit to the Rams, Nick. I'm right there with you with that. I mean, they did the job. Mm-hmm. They got it done. And you know what, though? I have to also say, I thought credit needs to be given to the quarterbacks for even finishing out the game. I thought that Joe Burrow tore his ACL.
Facts.
Personally,
100%.
And I thought
so
Matthew Stafford, I thought either had like the worst possible ankle sprain, possible fracture, or a torn Achilles. Everything, and everything, all the above. They both, I can't even believe they were walking. Like, that's a gutsy performance from both of them. So, but they've always done that. So I'm not surprised. It was impressive. And the Rams, for what it's worth, they've been balls to the wall, right? Fuck them picks. And the theory finally worked out in their favor. Now, guys, we have to talk about their upcoming futures, okay? So I'm going to throw in some facts or cap. Because everybody missed facts or cap.
Love this segment.
All right. So
let's go.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you. Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
Badass.
We're going to start with the Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals will be back in the Super Bowl next year. Facts or cap?
That's cap. The AFC, they still have the Bills. They ain't going nowhere. Chiefs ain't going nowhere. And there's going to be somebody else that's going to go in free agency, grab a couple players, and change their whole roster. And who knows? Somebody in the AFC could be the Rams next year. You don't know that. So for me, the competition is just so fierce. And I don't see the Bengals going back. Like, I just don't. Like, when I watched that Super Bowl, to me, like, I wasn't watching the best team in the AFC. Point fucking blank. Like, for me, that's my, like, opinion. Like, I wasn't watching the best team in the AFC. But they earned the right to be in the Super Bowl. They beat everybody they faced. Congrats to them. They were an awesome story. But for me, like, I just don't think they're the best team in the AFC. So I'm going cap.
I'm going to say cap. However, we're going to be talking about this in a minute. But to me, the Bills are ready to take the next step. But I think don't sleep on the Bengals. Like, they did deserve to be there.
Well, they have a lot of cap space, too.
They have $58 million in cap space, and they have their first round pick. They're going to rebuild that offensive line. That's really what. And if they grab another corner to go opposite of Eli Apple, who played all right. Mm-hmm. He played all right. He didn't play. I mean, take it for what it's worth. He's not a star, but he didn't play like a scrub. After bouncing around the league for a few years.
No, he's formidable.
He's a number 2 corner.
He's a
starting number 2 corner.
They have more than enough.
Nothing wrong with that.
They have more than enough cap space and stuff like that to get them going. And I mean, and they made. Here's the thing: Joe Burrow he put the rebuild in a rocket ship. They have an awesome wide receiving core, an awesome running back, an awesome quarterback, and he was able to make the Super Bowl with a makeshift offensive line. So it's like I think they're going to be even better next year, to be honest. So, but I'm still saying cap. I'm not going to say they're definitely going back to the Super Bowl next year. But it is facts that they're among the 3 best teams in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. Oh, I can't disagree with that. I mean, like, their cap space is what like leads me to believe that okay, like they're going to be a force next year still. But to go back to the Super Bowl, I mean, that's
what I'm saying. That's
to
hard.
go back
that's
to back
hard.
is fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard. So because a lot of teams are gonna be gunning for you too. Yeah. Pause. Like a lot of teams are gonna be gunning for you too. You know what I mean? Like you got a target on your back, and it's like for me, like you're gonna get everybody's best. So
yeah,
I'm gonna like I said, cap for me.
Yep, same.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm going cap too. And Mike, kind of reference my next question was going to be, what do the Bengals have to do in the offseason? Mike, absolute overhaul of the offensive line. And if they do that and add a couple defensive pieces, they have a real shot at getting back. They have a pathway to get there. They did fast track the future. I still don't think they're top 3, though. I can't agree with you there, but they can be. They have to have a good offseason. It starts with the offensive line, though. Joe Burrow cannot get hit like that. He will miss time if he keeps getting hit like that. You have to protect your future. You have to protect the guy that you mortgage everything on. It's over. If he gets hurt again, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they showed
what happened with Carson Wentz.
They showed a stat that was like he was very similar to the amount of hits that he took with Andrew Luck. I actually think he was over. I think it was like 102 to 70 in their first 2 years or something like that. And Andrew Luck's out of the league in 5 years or 6 years. So they need to get that offensive line rebuilt this summer.
So who would you say is the 3 best teams? Like I feel like
I would say
the Colts are a quarterback away. Like a legitimate quarterback. I'm not talking about this dark horse shit.
I got you.
Let's end.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We'll
an
talk
elite
about that.
quarterback.
Yeah, like I'm talking about elite quarterbacks. So like for me, it's just like the Chiefs, the Bills,
and the Bengals,
Titans.
Nah, they're a legit quarterback away.
Yeah, I mean, but they were the 1 seed with injuries too.
Yeah, they just got hot though.
The Bengals just got hot.
That's totally different.
But the Bengals just got hot. They were 10-7. At least the Titans were the number 1 seed. They just ran into a buzzsaw with, it's like they were like the Giants, like from years end. They just didn't finish it. You know what I mean? Like they just got hot at the right time. They started beating the right teams. And for me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, that's tough, dude. Like who is the top 3 teams in the AFC right now? We don't know.
I can promise you right now, everyone and their mother is going to sleep on the Ravens. The Ravens have had a top 3 roster for the last 3 years. They got totally killed with injuries.
I'm sound asleep.
They're going to be back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sound asleep.
They're going to be back.
Yeah, me too.
Melatonin on those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I am too, because I don't believe in Lamar Jackson passing ability in the playoffs when it matters most. Like I've been an advocate of saying that. I've been on record saying this. I just don't believe he is capable of making the throws when it matters most, and that's just where I sit with him.
Hey, you know who gave him a blessing, Nick? Your boy, the GOAT, gave him a blessing.
He did.
Don't forget.
He did, but he's just playing.
He didn't have to say that. He didn't have to say it.
He didn't have to say it.
I think he was concussed.
No, he wasn't concussed. He's just retired. He's retired and saying, "Hey, man, you want to win? Go ahead. I'm out of the league, so you get a chance."
Look, to answer the rest of your question, though, let's think about this for a second. The Chargers, they already have Justin Herbert in place. The offense is in place. A few defensive improvements, they're right there. I hate to say this, and I'm not going to say why, but there's a mystery team that I think will get a quarterback. I said this already, so I'll save it for later. But there's a mystery team that's going to get this quarterback, and they're going to be there and take the league by storm. But we'll save that for later, okay? But yeah, the Colts, Nick, that was a great reference. The Colts are right there.
They are, man.
We don't know what they're going to do. We'll save that for later. Table that.
I don't think they're a quarterback away.
Bro, they're legit, bro.
They are, but
they're legit.
They're good, but they're not a quarterback away. That's cap.
They're a quarterback away.
They're not. Bro.
I think they're a quarterback away, and
they're a bottom 5 wide receiving group. Real talk, they're a bottom 5 wide receiver group. Dead ass. Michael Pittman is a strong wide receiver 2. Michael Pittman is not a wide receiver 1.
According to who?
According to anybody that watches and knows what a wide receiver 1 is.
But he also didn't have a top-notch quarterback either. Like for me,
yeah,
it's
I'm not gonna go there.
We're getting there. We'll get there. We'll save it. I'll body you in 10 minutes.
I was just saying that I don't agree that the receiving group is bottom 5.
Oh, they're garbage.
I don't agree. But that's okay. We can save that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. The Rams, the other side. The Rams will be back in the Super Bowl again next year. Facts or cap?
I'm actually going to roll facts. I think they're going to bring the whole band back. And I think they're getting Robert Woods back. I think OBJ is going to re-sign. Aaron Donald's coming back. And I think they're going to be better. I really do. I'm saying facts because I think they're a really strong fucking team. And I think they overcame a lot of hurdles this year. They won in a lot of different ways. And I mean, this is going to be Matt Stafford's first year defending a title, coming off of a big successful season. He's got confidence behind them finally. He's got competence in the organization.
They're getting off the back.
They'll have Sony Michel and or Darrell Henderson, and they'll have Cam Akers, who's going to be electric in that offense. We've already seen.
They're going to need a left tackle.
Yeah, but I mean,
oh yeah,
I would actually say facts on that for real. I really do, because we're going to be talking about Rodgers, but you guys know how I feel about him. Tom Brady already retired, so I think it's there for him.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, this is a tough question because like their whole band is back, but we heard that last year with the Bucs. Their whole band is back. Everybody picked them to go to the Super Bowl. What happened? They didn't make it. Injuries happen. Shit happens. Season progresses.
If they stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's never happened. That's rare. You know
well,
what
I just watched injuries happen to Matt Stafford's number 2 and number 3, and he was all right.
Right. Okay.
So that gives me the confidence to say that they can overcome that.
Fair enough. I'm gonna say Cat because like there's so much that goes on in the season that it has to literally like to win a Super Bowl. There is some luck factor,
of course, dude.
With injuries. Yeah. You know, your opponent that you play that week, who like you know what I mean. Like there's so many variables that like it is so hard to get to a Super Bowl as it is. So to say somebody's gonna go back to back is just like almost like it's almost an anomaly in the NFL. Like if you look at the history, I mean, only a handful of teams have actually went back to back. I think the last team was the Patriots. That was the last team that went back to back. So that was what 20 years ago. So I'm going Cap. I'm going with history on this one.
Yeah, and you know
Great
what?
points,
like Nick, I'm gonna have to side with you here. I'm saying Cap, and really, it's just by gut feel. Everything Mike said is correct. Like I know. If you ask me right now, they are going to be the favorite to get back. They have the best team in the NFC, which is wide open right now. So it's just a gut feel. I don't think that this team's going to repeat because it doesn't happen often, and I think you're going to see a few other teams make some substantial improvements. And but I will say they are definitely the favorite to get back. So really, it's just gut feel. I can't.
I'm right with you, dude, because everything Paul said was like legit. So
Paul's
I'm like,
right. Like
yeah, he's totally right because like Aaron
right.
Rodgers' features is cloudy. Brady's gone. I mean, who else is really like fucking with the Rams really? But there's gonna be that dark horse team that sneaks up on people like we saw this year with the Bengals. There's always that team that just knocks somebody out.
And if you thought this season was full of chaos, I think this offseason's going to match it. So there's going to be a lot of player movement, quarterback movement. Like, so until further ado, the Rams are the favorite, but that could change with one move. That could change with one big move. I'm not going to say anything, okay? What do the Rams got to do in the offseason, though? Just quick preview here. What do they got to do?
Get a safety.
Bring the band back. What else?
They need safety.
Anything in particular?
Safety, left tackle.
Safety, left tackle. Pretty much that's it. I don't know. Do you think Robert Woods is coming back? You think they're going to keep him?
Yes.
Like, my thing is, okay, so you have Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and you have OBJ. Like, how the fuck do they have this cap space to sign OBJ and a left tackle? Like, for me, like, I think they're going to prioritize the left tackle over a wide receiver. So I agree there. However, my thing is with OBJ, I think OBJ got his first taste of winning, and he didn't finish that game. So there's some unfinished business for him. And I think being with the Giants and the Browns for his entire career, he's been around some chaos and some dysfunction. He went to a stable organization, good head coach, players coach. They embraced him. They let him be him. So to me, like, I just feel like that's what he wants to do now. That's where he's at in this stage of his career. And I just feel like you just see, like, nobody had a bad word to say about him on the Rams. Now, winning does solve everything.
Love him.
Winning does solve everything, as you can see. Mm-hmm. But I just, like, they're a team. And, you know, you got Aaron Donald saying, oh, I'm coming back if OBJ's here too. So I don't think they're going to let him go at all. And I think he has enough money where he can just, like, he doesn't need to be a max guy anymore. He doesn't need that. And I think where he's at in his injury history, if he can just get a little bit of a guarantee, He'll stay. Who doesn't want to live in
but
California?
I think he's in his career now where he should try to look for a big payday. He won the Super Bowl. He revived his career. Like, I think he's trying to get that bag.
I just don't know if he
blame
can, though, with his injury history. Because now, actually, does anybody even know what he did to his knee?
It was an ACL.
Yes, torn ACL.
I didn't even read it because I went away. But
So what's that, like 9 months of rehab?
yeah, and it was the same knee. Was it the same knee?
I think it was
It was his left knee, right?
Yeah.
All right, so either way, but yeah, so he tore his ACL, so that means he'll be back around Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, I'll just go right ahead and tell you right now. I will guarantee you, OBJ is going to get a 1-year deal with some incentives attached, and it's going to be team friendly. But in some ways, it's going to benefit him too. And I'm telling you right now, I'll bet you this: they're going to have the Super Bowl restructures. Let's just put it that way. Because if there's one question mark for me, it's not Aaron Donald. I think he's going to come back. The question mark is going to be, will Von Miller return?
No.
And I think there's a real chance they do lose Von Miller.
Yeah.
I think he could be going back to Denver too.
I think
for
he's
the
going
record.
back to Denver, Mike.
But that's besides the point. I think you're going to see a lot of guys restructure, and I think Robert Woods is an obvious candidate himself. They certainly would love to have him back, and they're going to get Whitworth's money off the books. So they'll be restructuring. They're going to do what the Bucs just did last year, what the Eagles did after 2017. They're going to go around, and they're going to guarantee the money, and it's going to open up cap space just through guaranteeing bonuses and stuff. Maybe even extending some contracts. We'll see, but like that's what's going to happen. They're going to try to bring the whole band back. We already know this, but yeah, I'm interested to see though what happens with Von Miller. Keep an eye on that.
Good point.
I think we're ready
It's a great point.
to move on though. We got to talk about greatness. Where do these guys stand in terms of greatness? And we got 3 of them. I don't think 2 of them are going to take as much time as the third one. So I'll start with the first, okay? Aaron Donald. You saw what he did. You saw what he's done. You see his resume. Aaron Donald is the greatest defensive player of all time. Facts or cap?
as of right now, it's Cat. But if he comes back and plays another year or two, and he keeps adding to his resume, gets another Super Bowl or two, then you could start talking that. But as of right now, I would say Cat.
I'm Cap too. I think there's a lot of defensive players like Lawrence Taylor. I mean, he's a favorite, in NFL history. Regardless of who you're a fan of, I mean, I think every fan base respects Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah,
like straight
sure.
up. Even Eagles fans, Dallas fans, like LT was that guy. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like I'm gonna say Cap, but like you said, if he adds another Super Bowl, a Defensive Player of the Year award to his resume, and build some steam towards retirement, he could have that
A strong
talk.
case.
Yeah, sure, I agree.
Yeah, I'm going Cap too, and I think really it's just about accolades at this point. If he gets one more ring, it's interesting. I'm not going to say it. I'm probably always going to say it's Lawrence Taylor because he could do everything, okay? There's a dimension to Aaron Donald that he can't do everything. He can't go in coverage like Lawrence Taylor could. Lawrence Taylor could do everything, plain and simple. He could line up on the line of scrimmage. He could line up in coverage. He could outrun anybody. He could span the length of the field. That's just something that a defensive tackle can't do. It's not his fault. That's no shade at all.
No,
But accolades would make it interesting. If he gets some more accolades, he's going to have a case. So for now, he's close, but he's not there for me. Next up, guys, Von Miller. Interesting case here. Von Miller is a Hall of Famer. Facts or cap?
That's facts. Super Bowl MVP, and he's the active leader amongst sacks amongst defensive players. So, I mean, maybe you could debate if he's going to be a first ballot, but I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings now and a Super Bowl MVP. So
yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to say facts. He has a Super Bowl MVP, won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, with Peyton, and then, even joined the Rams to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I get it. They had a great team and stuff, and he joined them and stuff. But, like, he had an impact on that team. Like,
hell yeah.
For me, like, he had an impact throughout the season when he joined. I know he started off slow, but towards the end of the season, he started to get hot. Like, they had some boys up front. Like, Von Miller,
Dogs.
Aaron Donald, yeah, and Leonard Floyd. I mean, like, they had dogs on that front line. So he definitely helped Donald get free a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because like if they double him, Von Miller's 1-on-1, he's gonna crush him. You know what I mean? It's Von Miller, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like he didn't look like he lost a step when he was playing towards the end of the season. So for me, it's his impact is what mattered most. His leadership, teammates love him. His impact off the field as well. So for me, it's fact.
I'm saying facts too, guys. I mean, just the span of dominance. I'm looking at it right now. Easily 8, you could argue 9 years of prime. I think he's going to get back to double-digit sacks next year. And, I mean, just, length of dominance. He's got the 2 rings. And I'm pretty sure all-time he's in the top 10. I'm trying to find this right now. I think he's all-time top 10.
I love that. Length of dominance.
Right? I mean, he's had 2 primes, essentially.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And a defensive lineman.
Right.
And one who changed the game, by the way, mind you. This is a guy who frequently lined up in the linebacker slot. He was kind of like a hybrid guy. He kind of, I don't want to say revolutionized things, but he was a game changer as a hybrid kind of player. Multiple different schemes he could play in. So, it's facts. I don't need to go further into it. This is the interesting one, though. Matthew Stafford. All right? Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer. Facts or cap? And you saw Richard Sherman's answer.
Yeah, well, that's because Richard Sherman's a dickbag. But,
He's got some points.
I believe he is. He did have some strong points. I'll give him that. But, come on, Matthew Stafford is a winner. And I know that everybody's saying that his record's under 500. He was 74-90 coming into the year. Now he's 86-95. After this year, he's going to be an above 500 quarterback. So, now I'm not saying that he is like a superstar quarterback that's going to change a franchise. We know that he did not change the Lions. But not for nothing, Phillip Rivers never won a Super Bowl, and everybody's talking like he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well, I fuck with P. Ridge.
No, I know that, but
Success,
he never won a Super Bowl.
Playoffs. Getting to the playoffs.
And he never won shit. And Donovan McNabb is a Hall of Famer before Phillip Rivers, and we could do that any day of the week.
I think he is too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But anyway, Matthew Stafford went to 1 year of competence and won a Super Bowl. Now next year he's gonna have his chance to follow up and see what he does, which I've already stated previously that I believe he's gonna be in the same exact breath that he is this year, next year. I don't know if he's gonna win it. We'll see. But I do think that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And like I said, the credentials to get into the Hall of Fame now aren't as I feel like as hard as they were back in a little bit earlier, back in like the early 2000s.
So if his career ended right now, he's a Hall of Famer. Right now. We're talking about right now.
If his career ended right now, is he a Hall of Famer?
I'm saying cap. For me, it's cap. I mean, like, if you're going to put him in the Hall of Fame, look, I get it. He won a ring. I'm happy as hell for him. He deserved it. He's a good player. But was he ever the best quarterback in the league during his time? No. Was he considered top 5? No. So for me, it's like you got to be that guy. Like when we talk about Hall of Fame, we're talking about guys that you watch on TV and you're like, holy fuck. This guy jumps off my screen, his rocket arm, he wins, he makes good decisions, he's a baller. Like Matthew Stafford, he has good intangibles as a quarterback, but like he was never the best quarterback in the league when he played. I get the stats and all that. Cool. He put up great stats. But my thing is, you look at Matt Ryan's stats, they're pretty much identical. Are you gonna put Matt Ryan in the Hall of Fame? Is Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer to you?
Matt Ryan never won a bowl though.
But if he did, what happens? If he beats Brady in the bowl, is he a Hall of Famer?
Probably, yeah. For sure. I mean, Matt Stafford. Again, bro, this is what I'm saying. I'm just using this as a reference, bro. You have people that like think that Phillip Rivers is like that guy. What the fuck did he ever do?
Bro.
He never did anything, bro.
That's because you have amnesia.
No, I don't. Phillip Rivers is a
fucking amnesia.
Phillip Rivers is nothing more than a Tony fucking Romo.
Because you watched Phillip Rivers when we were young, so it just goes out of your head. You don't really get to see, because you see football year in, year out. He hasn't played in a little while. You saw him on the Colts, and he took the Colts to the playoffs. I didn't see Carson Wentz take him to the playoffs, but old ass Rivers did.
Oh my God.
That's facts. Anyway, but yeah.
Oh, how'd that pan out? Did he win a game, the playoff game there?
He got there.
I didn't ask that. I acknowledge that he got there. Did he win a game?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
He didn't win. That's fine, but he didn't choke against the Jags when it mattered most.
It happens.
Against a 2-14 team.
Oh, but he.
I digress on behalf of the association.
He choked all those other playoff years though with Antonio Gates and LTs and Keenan Allens and all that.
Bro.
Yeah, not Paris Campbell's, but
It's fine. I don't care what you say. Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer to me. I enjoyed watching him play. I thought he was a baller. I thought he was great, honestly. Anyway, that's beside the point. My thing is Matthew Stafford. He was never the best quarterback in the league. Like, I just don't think like he jumped off my screen. Like, he had Calvin Johnson. Why didn't he win with Calvin Johnson? Okay, if you're that guy, if you're a Hall of Fame fucking player, it don't matter what you do. You walk into organizations, you fucking run the building, and you get that team ready to play.
I do agree.
They should play behind you. The fact that he lost for 10 years without building that franchise, if you're that guy, then what the fuck were you doing in 10 years? What were you doing? Did you build that team up? Did you make them any better? Like, to me, like, it just didn't matter.
Here's the thing. I'm giving Matthew Stafford the benefit of the doubt, bro. He was on the line. And I know what you're saying. I know. But do you think that it would have been any different with, like, Rivers on the Lions?
Okay. Fuck that. I understand what you're saying. He was with the Lions. But he signed the contract extension to stay with the Lions.
I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I know.
That's his fucking fault. If he believed he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league and he wanted to go to a competitive team, fuck loyalty, bro. Okay, like, Detroit loves you, cool. But how much do you love to win? If you know Detroit doesn't give you the best opportunity to win, then get the fuck out of here. Don't sign the extension and go somewhere else and show everybody that you are that Hall of Fame player that you believe you are.
He made 3 playoff
He never
games.
did that.
He made 3
until
playoff
later
games.
in his career, when it's like fucking 10, 11 years into his like career. Like, bro, like, for me, like, he could have just showed that earlier in his career. And I just think that for me, it was just like too late. But we're talking about right now. If he fucks around and wins next year, back-to-back Super Bowls, then you got to put him in the Hall of Fame. Like, for me, like, that would be like, okay, he's showing. But 1 year, I'm not going to give somebody a 1-year run to be an all-max Super Bowl. I mean, a Hall of Fame player. For me.
I got you. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And I thought
these
with
were
Stafford.
strong arguments.
And I like
strong,
Stafford,
guys.
bro.
Like, I took a back seat because I was listening, okay? Strong
Energy.
arguments.
Yeah, I
I'm
told
seeing
you, bro.
split comments here, okay? I'm seeing Tom just keeps saying, check the stats, check the stats, like 4 times, okay?
I know,
I hear you, Tom.
I hear you,
and
bro.
I'm going to say this.
I got to get that
The
comment.
stats are there. He's top 12 in just about every counting stat for a quarterback. Remember, though, he's competing with a lot of guys that were not in the modern era. So he's going to rank up there. Eli is up there, for Christ's sake. Eli was not elite. Eli's probably going to get in. Phillip Rivers, he's definitely getting in. I promise you that. I don't need to get into that. But the thing is, like, I'm going to tell you this right now. Pauls, this is for you. Okay? I love Matthew Stafford. I think he's criminally underrated. But I have to point out, this guy's had some pretty damn good offenses. And I've seen a lot of good quarterbacks carry a great offense with a bad defense into the playoffs to at least get there. I mean, Matt Ryan was doing that his whole career. Matt Ryan, who might have a case at some point.
He wasn't
Matt
MVP.
Ryan's going to have the stats.
Facts.
I'm just saying. You know, Matt Ryan is an MVP. So Stafford falls short on accolades, but he's there with the stats. So for me, it's... Let me make this clear. It's cap right now. Where do I think it's going? I think it's going to be facts because I think he's got many years left. I think he's got at least another 3-4 solid years left. And he's in the perfect position to do it. Whether or not he gets another ring, I don't know. It's going to hurt him if he doesn't get an all-pro somewhere in here. He has no all-pros, which is major with a quarterback.
Agreed.
So he
needs an all-pro.
He's close. He's so close, and I think he's going to wind up getting in. Right now, it is cap, and I'm your stats guy. I'm not going to ignore his stats, but he needs a little bit more. He needs the cherry on top. He needs like a couple more double-digit win seasons, and an accolade or two. It mixed in there.
He
a
needs
ring,
an MVP, Mike.
a Pro Bowl or two. An MVP would probably seal it for him. If he gets an MVP, he's probably getting in. And he was on track this year until he decided to lead the league in interceptions.
That sucks
he was
because
close.
he really was. If he didn't have that bad 3-game stretch,
I think Brady still should have won it, but that's beside the point. We can talk.
He would have been in the conversation, is what I'm saying. Like, he would have had a strong point.
He was. The point is, he was in the conversation. That's all. He was so close, but he decided to just chuck picks left and right. And that's just part of his game. It doesn't mean he had a bad season. It was a career year still. But, I mean, these are things that are going to be accounted for. And that's where he missed out on the accolades. It's because of that late run where he started chucking picks. If he didn't do that, he's possibly all-pro. It would have been tough to get past Brady, and with the way Rodgers are playing at the end of the season. You see co-all-pros all the time. He could have got in and tied with Brady or something. It happens.
I have a theory.
You know?
Do you think Matthew Stafford didn't win MVP on purpose because of the track record and history of the MVPs not winning the Super Bowl?
Oh, my fucking...
I have to ask this. I have to ask. If you look at the history, the MVP does not win the Super Bowl. The last one to do that was Kurt Warner in, like, 1999.
And you said Tom Brady was going to do it on our last show before playoffs. You said he was going to change it.
I thought he was, man. I thought he was, but I was wrong.
He didn't have it in.
It's okay. It's fine. He didn't have it in.
No, it's just... It's part of Stafford's nature. He's a gunslinger, and I'm okay with it because he makes so many great plays to offset it, but there's no way he did that on purpose. Like, that's almost like saying this man lost 10 seasons of his career on purpose. You know?
I'm just saying, maybe he looked back at his team and was like, yeah, I don't think anybody could fuck with us. I'm going to throw a couple picks so I don't win the MVP, and we're going to fuck around, and we're going to fucking go on a run and win the bowl. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Who knows? Maybe it's the mystique factor.
He turned me into a believer.
I mean... The difference is, like with a guy like him, a guy like him where he was in the conversation earlier in the year, Kyler Murray was there, but like second half, Stafford at least kept putting up offensive production, whereas Murray did not. So he was there. He was close. He sustained a high level of play for the whole year. I won't knock him there. But he didn't do enough to get the accolade. And that's what he's missing in his career. He needs accolades. The stats are going to be there. I promise you that. He'll probably wind up almost top 5 in all categories.
So let me ask you a question, though, and this is what I'm talking about. Not to beat a dead horse. I know it's going a little off track, but I have to ask that. Like, you're saying that would you rather have accolades or a Super Bowl ring?
I'd rather have both. We're talking about Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, the difference, Mike, is that
different.
Most of these guys have a combination of the two. He don't even have an all-pro. Like, most of the guys that have stats like him, they have an all-pro at least. If he had an all-pro right now, I might even be saying facts. But the voters are going to hold him back for not having that. Eli Manning, for example, has the counting stats. I know longevity, and definitely Matthew Stafford was better. I can promise you that. Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback than Eli, and he will finish statistically better. But Eli had a combination of the accolades plus the stats. So Stafford is like this close. He's really fucking close. And it kills me to say because I'm telling you right now, I even said this. I probably said this before the season that he's had a Hall of Fame level career, but it's not done yet. So it's like right now I can't say for sure he's a Hall of Famer like I could say about Aaron Donald or like I could say about Von Miller, who I know if they retire today, they're getting in because they have the accolades as well as the stats.
I'm right with you,
and
man.
That's what they vote on, you know?
I'm right with you. Like, I definitely feel like it's heading towards a Hall of Fame career. Like I said, if he fucks around and wins next year, wins an MVP, maybe not win the Super Bowl, but wins an MVP and shows that, you know, he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, you know, fuck it. You can throw out my time in Detroit. This is who I am for real.
Does he enter next year as a top 5 quarterback? Can you make an argument that he's a top 5 quarterback?
You can make an argument.
You could argue it, but he's not in my top 5.
You can make the argument. Like, I'm not going to go through the list right now in my head. But,
I got you. Yeah,
but, for me, you could definitely make the argument. Like, I think that, the 5 slot is open. Like, I'm not really ready to crown Burrow to be a top 5 quarterback. Like, you guys can...
I'm not either.
You can kill me all you want, but, like, I'm not ready to do that yet, man. For me.
I'm not either, Nick. I'm not either. But I think it's arguable, at least. And Stafford should have been in that conversation. I mean, I think he's been criminally underrated. And I have been a Stafford guy. I always think he's been underrated. So it kills me to say any of this. But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't have him in my top 5, but he is what we should consider an elite quarterback in the league. He's a guy that is an elite quarterback in the league, and I don't think he's gotten enough love for that in his entire career because of his lack of success.
Here's a question for you guys. if the Rams had a choice, right? Fuck loyalty. If they had to say, okay, we can get Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford, who do you think they're going to choose?
Matt Stafford.
Regardless of the past, the history last year didn't matter. Just saying right now, like who would they take? Regardless of anything, who's the better quarterback? Who does the Rams feel like
now
that quarterback is the best quarterback for us?
Right now, Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback.
Yeah,
Yes.
Stafford's better.
Stafford is a better quarterback, but I think Joe Burrow's ceiling is crazy high because here's the difference. I would say the Bengals were just as much as a dog shit organization as the Lions were. Joe Burrow has already transformed them.
Correct, and that's where my Hall of Fame thing.
I know, but that it's different, bro. The thing with the Lions is, dude, like they just at least the Bengals had like some good coaches here and there. Like they had Marvin Lewis, dude. He was a consistent coach.
Bro, he was 8-8. That's very consistent.
No, dude, they made the playoffs. He made the playoffs with Andy Dalton.
Bro, he's never won a playoff game, so he would go to the playoffs.
I got you.
He was very consistent in that
but
too.
He's a good coach.
He kept consistent energy.
So
bro.
it's like Matt Stafford, bro. Like he did make 3 playoffs with the Lions, so let's not trip. He did make 3 playoffs with the Lions, and outside of Calvin Johnson, who can you really name that he had?
No, the difference is, I hate this. I hate saying this because I am a Stafford guy. I really like Stafford, okay? But look at the era and look who else he's competed against. And Matt Ryan is just a perfect, convenient comp for him because Matt Ryan has done more with equally less, essentially. I mean, that's kind of why it's like his case is hurt by the success of others and his lack of it. Matt Ryan has done more with just as much as Stafford.
It's
just a fact. It's a fact, and he's won an MVP, and he didn't win the Super Bowl. But I'm just saying, he's had some of the worst defenses.
Hold up, fuck
find.
that. He had
and
Julio.
It's a criminally. And hold on, and
Julio,
this is a
Calvin
criminally.
Ridley?
Yeah, but he had Calvin Johnson, Mike. Calvin Johnson trumps everything there.
I'm with you because I've said that in the past too.
I literally love Stafford.
Yeah, if we're gonna talk about Calvin Johnson being a top 5 wide receiver of all time,
he is.
Well, maybe it's arguable.
Yeah, he's there, but like,
man, dude, if you have a top 5 wide
receiver,
receiver,
I'm killing you here with this one.
No, I know, and here's the thing: everybody laughs because like, I'm a Stafford hater, but I'm not. But
I'm not. I love Stafford. I think he's a good quarterback.
He's a very good quarterback.
Game. Like I've always liked his game. Like I've always took him in fantasy. Like he was always a guy that would put up the nice stats. But for me,
just think of this.
Like go ahead,
Nick.
I don't know. He just didn't change. He didn't change Detroit for me. Like Detroit has been.
And I get that, but you can't.
All the time.
I get that, but here's the thing too. Joe Burrow now has a lot of expectations on his plate for next season. Let's see how he responds. He did have one good season, and they went to the Super Bowl. I believe in him wholeheartedly. I really do. I think Joe Burrow is that dude. But let's see how he follows up the next few years. Before, like, that's what I'm saying when we were talking about with Matt Stafford and shit like that. Like, Joe Burrow has a lot of pressure on him coming in the next year. A lot.
As he should.
He should. And get this, though. Get this. Because we keep saying Lions, Lions, Lions. The Lions are a disgrace of a franchise, okay? I get it. But back to the Ryan argument, okay? The Falcons, as a franchise, are equally garbage. The Lions are the Lions. But the Falcons have been one of the most losingest franchises in the history of the sport, too. Mm-hmm. And this is why, like, the argument, like, Stafford is diminished in that argument. And it kills me because I love Stafford. I think he is so underrated for his career. But I'm just telling you how it's going to be perceived. There's been guys that have had less or equal to Stafford around them and have done more. And I hate to say it. I really do. I hate to say it.
I just think the NFL needs to draw a line of, okay, what the fuck constitutes you as a Hall of Fame player? Because if we're going to talk about Eli Manning being there, possibly Matt Ryan, fucking Stafford, like you could throw in anybody.
That's my problem with, and that's what I'm saying, bro. And that's my thing with the Hall of Fame. And here's the thing: even if I didn't think Matt Stafford was deserving of the Hall of Fame, he's getting in when he won the Super Bowl. He's getting in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying it's a first ballot, but he's definitely getting in now.
Yeah.
But the bar is just so incredibly low anymore.
It's definitely lower, no doubt.
Because it's like if somebody has like a few good years, it's like, oh yeah, oh my God, they were great. Like let's put them in the Hall of Fame.
They were that dominant in their position, in respective position for like the 5 straight years.
Yeah, and like it's like not to
bro,
go into
who cares?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like and then like Rivers, McNabbs, Eli's, Romos. Like there are Dallas fans, I guarantee you, say Tony Romo's a Hall of Famer.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like no shot, no way in the world. So, but
Yo, you hear that sound, guys? I'm gonna have to cut this short, and we're gonna have to save the other off-season topics that I had in store for us. Okay, so real quick, okay, this is a quick, ultra quick hitter, no explanation. This is how we're ending the show. If you had to say right now, who's getting to the Super Bowl and who's winning it, who is your pick, and who is the MVP for next year? Just, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna be held over your head. Gut reaction right now.
Rams versus Bills. Bills win. Joe Burrow's MVP. Off the rip.
off the rip.
Yeah, off
I
the
can't
top.
even name an NFC participant outside the Rams, but I'm gonna like choose a dark horse here. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go Saints versus Chiefs, and I got Mahomes MVP.
Oh man,
Saints.
I got Mahomes MVP. It feels pretty safe with the level of play at the end of the season. Guys, this is hard. Polls. This is tough. I'm gonna say Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl over. Oh God, it kills me. I'm gonna say Rams for now. How about that? All right.
That's because the NFC's in fucking turmoil.
I just said, you know what? I said the Rams
Well,
aren't
yeah,
getting
I
in.
chose
Fuck
the
this.
Saints.
I'm
They
gonna
don't even
say
have
here.
Sean
No. Excuse me. No, you know what? No, I just said the Rams aren't getting in. No, excuse me. They're not getting in. It's going to be 49ers. There you go.
Okay, all right, I like that.
It'll be Chiefs 49ers.
That's what I thought you were
I'm
saying.
not
That's what I
telling
thought
you
you
who
were
I
gonna
really
say.
think.
What?
I thought
Fuck
you were
you
going to say the
guys.
Niners.
No, I said the
Listen.
Saints.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you who I really think because fuck you guys. I'll tell
No,
you
I
later.
already know who you think, Mike. I already know who you
No,
think.
I
and
can't.
I can't wait
No,
till
I
Thursday.
can't do it. I can't do it. All right. That's my smoke screen. It's gonna be Chiefs over the 49ers. Okay, that's a smoke screen. All right. Anyway, guys, that was awesome. Thanks again for tuning in. As always, welcome back. We'll be back on Thursday, 8 p.m. This episode 58. All right, 58 and counting. Psychotic and Iconic. This was brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. Okay? New users who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100. That is promo code ICONIC. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, be sure to check us out where we were live tonight on the Props Network at propshq.com and subscribe to us there. You won't regret it. All right? That's all. All sports coverage starting Thursday. I guarantee you, you will be talking, you'll be hearing about the Sixers, James Harden, Ben Simmons, and the rest of the offseason headlines that I had for tonight, and maybe a few other things. We'll see what we got, okay? There's so much to talk about. Join us on Thursday. Thanks for everything. As always, Nick Theory's take it away.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. We miss you guys dearly. It's been a long 12 days. Welcome back. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. What the fuck was that?
Of course, I fucking slip up and I hit that shit.
If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube.
It was loud
We are
as hell.
also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher, and all that other shit. I don't know how the fuck I remember that, but Good job on me.
Man, that was great.
Sometimes you need to be a little bit refreshed a little bit. You know what I mean? Also, follow us on all of our socials, such as Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. And we'll see you guys Thursday at P&I.